Good morning. I'm Charles Osgood, and this is Sunday Morning. It has become a familiar lament among those who follow politics that a party convention these days is almost invariably a staged convention. No excitement, no spontaneity, no nothing. Bill Geist in San Diego now on a most unconventional convention where theatrical art tries to improve on theatrical politics.
San Diego, where inside the convention hall work proceeds at a furious pace for tomorrow's opening of the Republican National Convention. Some might suggest that more is accomplished here before the convention begins than after. To be sure, political conventions aren't what they used to be. In the old days, political conventions actually accomplished things.
1940, the nerve-tingling drama of a national political convention.
Like deciding the presidential nominee, in exciting shows of zealous support and impassioned oratory.
For President of the United States, the name of Dwight David Eisenhower.
These days, all of that happens in the primaries, and the conventions themselves have become scripted, choreographed TV pageants.
The American people want action. The American people are sick of politics as usual. The polls show it. The people know it. Let's not blow it. We're gonna vote Fritz, 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 Fritz.
This is the convening of a party named Fritz. FritzCon, an alternative convention just 2 blocks from San Diego's convention hall. A theater performance, actually, where audience members are delegates and candidates. Where political passion and fiery speech
These Canadians coming across our border.
Sit down, Richard.
still hold sway.
Will the convention please come to order?
Co-creator Todd Blakesley.
I had always been waiting for a convention that would give me multi-ballots and dramatic floor fights, and so I realized that the only way I'd ever see a multi-ballot convention was to create one myself.
Rick Stevens acts as chairperson of the convention, a ringmaster really who occasionally needs a chair and a whip.
How would you characterize the Fritz Party?
I think of us as the political chewing gum on the shoe of America. You can't get rid of us.
Do they think that they can cram any slick Bob or wet Willie down our throats? No!
At FritzCon, speeches have that old-fashioned verve.
With labor, with educators, with local government, with anybody.
While at the major conventions, a new breed of speakers has been setting new standards of monotony.
We've had it, and don't you ever forget it. Michael Dukakis will never, never, never forget it. In closing,
the Fritz Party wants America totally vested in the democratic process.
At FritzCon, the platform debate is exciting again.
Eco-future, government, genetic rights, guaranteed.
Not so down the street at the GOP convention, where platform hearings have been excruciatingly dull.
We can vote on the amendment that was amended by the amendment we adopted.
Be it resolved that the federal government and private enterprise form a joint venture to construct a security chain link fence around the perimeter of the continental United States.
Who wants these Canadians down here taking advantage of our health care?
Here she comes.
Well, I'm sorry, but I think Rick has kind of missed the point. It's not really the fact that the Canadians will be coming in. It's the fact that it's a chain link fence. Now think, what would Martha Stewart think about this?
By this time, audience members have become totally drawn into this participatory democracy.
What about termites?
Including good old-fashioned floor fights. Don't you kind of wish Bob Dole and Pat Buchanan would do this?
You lose control sometimes.
Absolutely. There are nights when I turn to that vice chair and I say, check the exits, because we got to get out of here.
Bless the stripes, bless the stars of this country of ours. One America, America for all.
FritzCon reminds us all of our colorful American political traditions, like vote fraud.
Our ballots are already filled out.
And outright vote buying. And backroom deals. And it asks the fundamental American political question.
Rod, what's in it for us?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, these are your candidates.
The nomination is still up for grabs at this convention.
You just couldn't be a swine like the rest of them.
Oh, no, Susie, I am swine. The only reason that
Candidates here frankly confess their qualifications for high office.
that if I'm your nominee, I will raise at least $200 million in illegal campaign contributions by November.
I'd like to see your best presidential wave.
And finally, candidates are judged on their modern-day merit.
Well, I could actually see people are just going to start jumping ship from the major political parties, and they're going to sign up with us.
Down the street, Bob Dole and Jack Kemp are foregone conclusions. But back at FritzCon, it's suddenly Nancy and Linda. Drama and surprise. That's the ticket for a good, old-fashioned convention.
Nancy, Nancy, Nancy,
If all the world's a stage, then the political players are certainly getting top billing during this campaign season. But not so fast. The official types aren't the only ones who can choreograph a convention.
While most eyes will be on the Republicans this week, theirs isn't the only party in town. Just 2 blocks away, yet another set of political hopefuls is wielding its way into the presidential race.
The 1996 Fritz Party National Convention is now in session.
Unlike its more famous rivals, FritzCon96 has not only opened its convention to anyone who will pony up the price of a ticket, but welcomes them to toss their hats in the ring as well.
Are either of you candidates this evening? Sure.
Not everyone is up to the rigors of a presidential campaign.
Hi, I'm Thelma Wagon. I believe where you believe.
But even those not in the running are made delegates representing one of 12 states, ranging from the highlands of euphoria, grace and bliss, to the states of flux, chaos, and anxiety. It is they who will choose not only the party's candidate, but each essential plank of the FritzCon platform.
Okay, here's how it works. You can participate as much or as little as you like. If you prefer to sit and watch, you can do that, but I've noticed that most people get swept up into the action at some point. At some point, some button is pushed and they have to react.
And the play's co-creator has given his cast plenty of button-pushing material. There is, for example, the D-span plank, which creates a televised executions channel.
Creeps are on death row for as long as 20 years, and it's costing our taxpayers.
Or the convention's unique Las Vegas-style voting, in which each state wagers its votes against the odds set for each plank of the party platform.
Now, my spiritual advisor has told me that by the year 2010...
Those who bet right can have thousands of votes to parlay against those who are not so lucky.
And so we have a real change of power throughout the evening. But it gets them vested in the democratic process in a very big, very real way.
It also makes for a lot of wheeling and dealing, both on the convention floor and in the back rooms, so discreetly yet conveniently provided by the party bosses.
No, it's all right. This is really quite a private meeting. Thank you.
And though FritzCon doesn't have all the high-tech gadgetry of the affair down the street, it does have plenty of the stuff that makes politics, well, politics.
Their dirty tricks. They'll pay off whoever they have to, because you see, democracy's okay with them as long as they can dictate to us what our choices are.
And unlike in real-world politics, these voters always end up smiling.
They come out of it pretty elated because it's all it's all really integral. I mean, they control a lot of what happens. In fact, they control ultimately what happens.
FritzCon runs through August at the Fritz Theater in downtown San Diego.
Into the November election and flood the market with choice!
It just made me really proud to be born and raised in San Diego.